holding on to your dream, not fitting into any strange mold. You're welcome to Open Forum with Citizen MKO on Memories 96.5 FM, broadcasting from Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. And Open Forum, you can find us on Radio Garden, anywhere you are in the entire planet Earth. And not just that, you can watch us live on our social media handle. We're talking about a change has come. Open Forum with Citizen MKO is now Citizen MKO on Facebook, on YouTube, and other social media handles apart from WhatsApp and our email. So go to Citizen MKO on Facebook if you want to follow this very conversation live. And having said that, we are continuing a series that we started, a special edition or special series we started last week, having to do with the most topical issue in Akwa Ibom State, the Stop Creek Forest Reserve crisis, which we term man-made crisis. There are developments there, and today we are going to continue our question and answer session that will help you have knowledge. You have to be so informed that it will be very difficult for anybody who does manipulation or who believes that ignorance is a virtue to want to mislead you. My name is Citizen Matthew Kofi O'Connor, Citizen MKO. I am a productivity advocate and practitioner. I'm a reformer. I'm the president and founder of Open Forum Care for Humanity Foundation, the umbrella body that we use to power this very private, non-partisan, not-for-profit program to help leaders and help citizens with fearless, insightful, incisive analysis of issues. We bring experts to come and share thoughts. We do not do propaganda. We do not blackmail. We do not insult, but we come with the truth as God helps us to put forward. We are not infallible, and we are open to your criticism, just as we are open for your support. Having said that much, I want to give you insight into what we're going to discuss today. But first of all, our usual tonic is a food for thought and thought for food. And today we are taking a thought for food and food for thought from an indigene. His name is Ibanga Isine. And hear what he has to say. He says, I believe leaders succeed or fail largely based on the quality of counsel they receive and the kind of feedback that comes from constructive followership. Ibanga Isine. I take that again. I believe leaders succeed or fail largely based on the quality of counsel they receive and the kind of feedback that comes from constructive followership. Ibanga Isine. Very pregnant and very timely, because in Akwa Ibom State right now, just like in the country, we have a number of issues which leaders should naturally have no issues to have challenge addressing, but because of people around. And that leads us to what we are going to take as citizenship education and enlightenment today. We are going to just look at impunity, how it arises, effects on society, and who the victims and the culprits are, and how to checkmate it. Impunity. It has relationship with our thought for thought and thought for food, because there are certain people around leaders who say, do it. What can they do? Who can fight government? And some even individuals become more powerful than government, and they will challenge even a governor, like you're saying in Rivers State and some other places, where somebody believes that he's a god. I put you there, or maybe a godfather, and all of that. They say, who's a governor? A number of governors, even presidents, are so vulnerable that you will know what is happening to them. You will be worried that truly vulnerable ones are not just the poor and the needy are women. They include our leaders. That's why we are here as Open Forum, to help leaders. We will tell truth to power, and you can take that to the bank. So that's what we do today. And then humanitarian intervention, we're going to give you update on our son who's been stranded in the United Arab Emirates for some time now, and the effort we have made and what the state is. And very importantly, we spent quite some years searching for the son. Actually, we're looking for the son to one of the women. In this case, Deaconess Grace Samuel, one of those women who was murdered in a walk, Kwaibo Church walk, when it was attacked by gunmen during when General Akpan was kidnapped. And luckily, over the weekend, one of the contacts stumbled on the son, and he is supposed to be here. Unfortunately, I don't know why. The same person that made the arrangements is delaying the fellow from being here. He's going to be here. You will hear so much or a little that will make the difference, because we are taking up that matter that His Excellency should address it. So there's the things on humanitarian interventions, and then we'll look at the state of the state. And today we are focusing mainly on Akwa Ibom, and we are going to look at the arrest and arraignment of Akwa Ibom by Akwa Ibom State Police Command of Princess God's own Udoito, a Stops Creek land activist over alleged defamation and threat on Governor Umoino. We'll look at the matters arising from there, and we'll also look at the sustained advocacy for Akwa Ibom State compassion and succor to victims of the 2023 Akwa Ibom State NYC members who were kidnapped in Samfara. We are actually supposed to be joined by one of those activists that helped us mobilize protesters when I went to Abuja for the protests. I just hope he'll be here today. If he's not here today, we'll have to suspend because it's the second time we're advertising. He's been here. We confirmed that he'll be here, but his number is not going through us at this morning any longer. We'll get to introduce them after now. And then policy analysis and advocacy. We'll look at the stock taking and agenda setting for Akwa Ibom without oil. This is part 66. For 66 weeks, Open Forum has dedicated time to show how Akwa Ibom can make it without oil. And today's focus, we are going to look briefly at the historic emergence of prospective investors in the Boom Deep Sea Port project. And what do we have here? A preliminary review of Professor Hilary Yang's offer, which was made on this program on the 29th. And then Akwa Ibom State has just signed MOU with Interaf, that is led by Chief Don Etiebe. We're going to just give you a little about what is there, what to expect. Then the big one, the series that nothing will stop us from doing bits of it, and then until this matter is solved. Special series on Stops Creek Forest Reserve, part 2. We have here the Stops Creek Forest Reserve crisis, an expert analysis of urgent conservation imperatives. That takes us. Let me join. Our guest just arrived, and we'll get to that. So, having said that, let me introduce the guests we are going to have today, and one of them is going to join us virtually. Please help him put that on. We are going to have, this is a bit tiny for me to read. The Dr. Wemedi Moyo-kun, FNCF, that must be Fellow Nigerian Conservation Foundation, is the chairman, Nigerian Conservation Foundation of Akwa Ibom State Chapter, and is a senior lecturer, Department of Agricultural Extension and Rural Development, Faculty of Agriculture of Akwa Ibom State University. He is going to join us to speak on the issue of the urgent need for conservation, the conservation imperatives of the Stop Creek. Is going to be another dimension. We are not talking about the battle today, we're talking about issues, what that reserve is all about and what should be done. We also have in the studio the son to late or murdered Mrs. Deaconess Grace Samuel Ekpo. The mother was killed during the attack on Bible Church Walk in January 2010. He is right here in the studio. Let me just welcome him at once because we are going straight into conversation. Godwin Ekpo, You are welcome to Open Forum with MKO.
Thank you, sir. I'm glad to be here.
I'm so happy seeing you.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
I'm happy to be here.
Yes. It is here. You open your ears. What you're going to hear, you may have to grab your kerchief to wipe your tears if they come. But even if they don't come, you must be motivated to take action, because after now, that family will never remain the same. As long as God gives us breath, we'll do everything possible to see that the needful is done. And gladly too, the person that I put on task for quite some years now, himself is also a victim of that I can't call it massacre. He was here with us about 3 weeks or a month ago, talking about the man Sylvester Ekpo. People like hearing Ekpo. They are not from the same family, I don't know. And he is here. He's the one that is able to have traced to bring Godwin to the studio. Ime Sylvester Ekpo. You are welcome once again to Open Forum with MKO.
Thank you, sir.
Now, Godwin Samuel Ekpo, his brother that was affected when we start the conversation, you're going to hear more. We are supposed to have in the studio Comrade Ezekiel Udofia, or aka Don Peters, President Niger Delta Peace Movement, and a team member of the 2023 Free Kidnapped Akwa Ibom NYC members in Samfara. If he joins us, good enough. If not, we'll call it off until whenever we have time, because we have to squeeze him in today. Having said all that, we are about to do what we normally do. Let me just give us a snippet. Last week, on Stop Creek Forest Reserve crisis, we opened with the special edition spotlighting on open forum advocacy for a people and justice-centered solution. We will not go through the whole hurdles of telling you what we did, but you can be sure that we came with historical records, including government records. And the summary is that the only structure that is presently occupying the Stop Creek Forest Reserve is ExxonMobil. And for that to have been done, the needful, as the law says, was done. The area that was required was measured, de-reserved, and allocated to Mobil. And when they needed, compensation was also paid. And from records to Edo, which is an Eket in short. There's a difference between Eket and Eket, because you have Eket local government area and Eket local government area, but together as a people, they are called Eket people. So it was paid to Edo, rural villages, which is in Eket. And when there was need for extension of mobile facilities, another space was measured and cut off, gazetted, and then compensation was paid, and even went to court. And Mobu was in court, Eket was in court, and eventually we understand that Eket won and the compensation was paid. We've cited those documents and we've tried to let the world know that. So certain issues that are coming up, like we say, are man-made. That's why we want to help His Excellency, help the communities by all means to be sure that whatever needs to be resolved should be resolved. And people will be asking, is that the only structure on the Stop Creek? No. What has happened thereafter is, according to what we are hearing, that the land is being partitioned and sold to Boa, to Tolkan, and maybe others. And so there's a Chinese mining company there. And the needful was not done. As in, carve out the area, de-reserve, pay compensation. The story about compensation is deeper, and we have information because we've spoken with people from the different local government areas that lay claim to Stop Creek, Eket, Ibno, Mbu, and Esreket. And we have certain facts. And above all, there is that judgment which Eket people are holding on to, and which the government now says that judgment, apart from being invalid, sort of, did not bestow the land on anybody. It's a continuous conversation, because we are going to do a book club as we make progress to really read even the judgment and see where, if truly Eket has anything. We are also going to read the press releases by government and get to ask questions. if there is any portion of land in Akwa Ibom or in Nigeria that does not belong to a people, but belongs to government, and you need to also understand what it means when you say that the land is held in trust for the people. That, very elementary, does not presuppose that government owns the land. It means that people own the land and government holds in trust. So that is what we did last week. And so for this week, we want to go straight to giving us a bit of what we should be able to know. Like I told us, we touch here and there, and then help to enlighten people, because this program, we pride ourselves, this one program that when you spend 1 hour on radio, you can truly see the value of 1 hour on radio. And let me take the humanitarian, when I get to humanitarian, we have to flow at once. Let me take the essential education and enlightenment. And here we have talked about impunity, how it arises, the effect on society, and who the victims and the culprits are, and how to checkmate it. When you hear about AI is very useful. So you need to take advantage, ask questions. And I tell you sincerely, if you are a leader, you can survive very poor aids by fact-checking things for yourself. The question is impunity. First will be, what is impunity? And the answer given is that impunity is the absence of punishment or accountability or wrongdoing. It occurs when individuals, groups, or institutions commit abuses or crimes and are not investigated, prosecuted, or sanctioned. In simple terms, it means getting away with harmful actions without consequence. How does impunity arise? Impunity exists when laws are weak, selectively enforced, or ignored. Judicial system lack independence or resources. Corruption protects powerful individuals. Authorities fail to investigate crimes, and victims are silenced through fear or intimidation. Impact of impunity on society. Erosion of the rule of law. When laws are not applied equally, people lose trust in legal and state institutions. This undermines democracy and governance. Encouragement of further abuse. If offenders face no consequences, others are more likely to commit similar acts. Impunity creates a circle of repeated wrongdoing. Impunity is closely linked to abuses such as torture, police brutality, corruption, sexual violence, and war crimes, because perpetrators believe they will not be held accountable. And it has to do with loss of public trust. I'm going to jump to who are the most guilty of impunity. Impunity is not limited to one group, but most commonly benefit those with power, protection, or influence. The group often associated with impunity are political leaders and government officials. When leaders control institutions meant to hold them accountable, they may evade justice for corruption, abuse of power, human rights violation. It's especially common where checks and balances are weak. This full-blown thing, we will have it because very soon we will begin our podcast. We can't do everything on video in 1 hour. So we shall try as much as possible to restart our podcast again. So how can impunity be checkmated or curbed? Impunity can be curbed or checkmated only through strong systems of accountability, and no single action is enough. It requires legal, institutional, and social effort working together. You have to strengthen the rule of law, ensure an independent, effective judiciary, hold security forces accountable, fight corruption, protect whistleblowers, journalists, and activists, empower civil society and citizens, ensure access to justice for victims, use international mechanisms when national systems fail, and then promote transparency and open governance. These are the things that leaders do not want. And wherever you find anybody in leadership position who is uncomfortable with leadership, with accountability or transparency, just know that you are in a one-chance box. The person will be worse than a terrorist. So, having said that, let's leave it there, because you must have gained something Or God will have fact check on whatever measure, platform you can to be able to make sense of it all. So it's important that we take the interview with our guests. I hope our reception is okay. The the humanitarian intervention. Our brother in United Arab Emirates, his name is Michael Bassi. Since the 3rd of January, he talked with us, and we've made efforts, literally saying all around the world. Locally, we've done everything possible. But by the grace of God, when everything else failed, we had to resort to going to His Excellency. We've been insisting that people should be able to take care of situations. People man offices. They should not leave everything to His Excellency. But wheresoever we will have sought for help, we did, and we could not get result. We have written to His Excellency. We've attached pictures of the family of our brother. He needs to come back to Nigeria, to Akwa Ibom State. Michael Bassi is not a thief. He did not commit any crime. He was bought by United Arab Emirates, flown to their country twice with his family until Nigeria had issues with that country and the visa and work permit were restricted. Unaware, he cancelled his visa because he got a better paid job, and they refused to grant him visa. And he got stranded after all effort and lost everything that he made. He is homeless with his children, including a 7-month-old baby. We have begged. We have records of conversations and stories. A very big shame, but we will not give up. We are believing God that His Excellency will look at the letter that we sent and see how He will intervene as a father to bring that family back. They have had to sleep in the open with the baby. Somebody who was a millionaire. Not because he did any crime. We will keep talking about this until Michael Bassi arrives with you. And by the grace of God, he will. On that note, we want to take on our brother, Mr. Godwin Samuel Ekpo, the son to Deaconess Grace Samuel Ekpo, who was brutally murdered in the temple on a Sunday. I think the hour was 12 noon. And his son was also in church, was affected. I want to hear, not from the horse. Are you the second son?
The third son.
You are the third son.
Yes.
I have here with me Godwin Samuel Ekpo. Once again, you are welcome to Open Forum. Please face the mic. So talk to the mic.
Thank you very much, sir.
Good. Were you in church that day on January 31st,
Yes.
2010?
Yes.
Were you also in church with your mother and your brother?
Very much. I was in the church.
Really?
I was in the church.
You didn't. I told you to come early so that we would have talked.
I was in the church.
You were in the church?
Yes.
So what happened? Very brief, because here we go straight to point. What happened on that day?
Well, it was like a dream and a magic as well. We were in the church while the preaching was going on. So we saw people trooping into the church. They start shooting randomly. And people we were confused whether to run out or to stay. But because we had a little knowledge about such incidents, so we had to lie down flat.
Yes.
So my mother was an usher in the church.
She was standing?
Yes, sir, doing the normal work.
Oh, God.
She knew nothing about as in escaping
tactics.
Nothing like bend down, or nobody was there to tell her sleep flat on the ground. So the bullet that was flying entered her and burst out at the back.
Oh no.
She died instantly without taking
no remedy.
Nothing. She died instantly.
Now, how was your brother affected?
Well, my brother was a chorister.
What is his name?
Emmanuel Samuel Ekpo.
He's the firstborn.
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
I was a chorister, then I was at the chorister's side while he was in the congregation.
Okay.
So, sitting with the security men that was guiding, the security men that were guiding the man they were looking for.
Yes, that's General Akpan.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So, when those people entered, the security men told him to lie down according to the news.
Yes.
So, when he lied on the floor, but I don't know how the bullet got straight to his eyes and condemned one of his eyes.
Maybe because before he got down, somebody told me his experience about bullets. A stray bullet entered somebody. He didn't even know. That bullet entered him. He didn't know until he realized that blood was gushing out. He said, "What happened?" So it's so strange, and the shock may not even allow him to recall what happened. But you heard him. After the whole thing, so he narrated the story. What did he tell you?
After the incident, after those people might have finished the operation, they went out. And we ran out from the church.
Okay.
I did not even notice that my mother was dead.
Oh, no.
So when I came back, although my cloth was bloody, so when I came back, let me see.
Where did you get the blood from? From the blood that spilled from other people?
So when I entered the church,
yes,
I did not even get to look for my mother. The first person that I saw was my brother.
Okay.
So I rushed to grab him to carry him.
Okay.
That was when I caught the blood stain on my clothes.
Okay.
So I did not even know my mother is lying down dead. So when I finished with my brother, I said, let me take him to maybe the nearby chemist. I thought it was a
small thing.
Small thing that either 200 or 500 naira tablet will cure. I did not even know that his eyes was
damaged.
So
which side of his eye? Left hand side, right hand side?
The left hand side.
Left hand side.
Yes, sir.
Completely damaged.
Yes, sir.
Now let's go to your brother's story. Okay, let's go. Let's just Ime is here. Let him just say a little. Ime, you were here before. You were not in church.
Yes, sir.
But the story you heard and what you've heard him now, I want to thank you for linking me to him. What do you have to say to that very briefly in 1 minute? Then I'll get back to him.
I thank you so much for holding us. So that day was like a dream to us. But even when I was not there, but my friend that was there told me exactly what happened.
You were in Maiduguri or where?
I was in Adamawa Yola.
Adamawa Yola.
Yes, I was.
You heard it in Yola.
Yes, I was in school. I don't know what to say because it was things that we
a nightmare.
Not, yes.
Leave it there. Let's come back to him. Godwin.
Sir.
The government gave support to your family, or we learned the government gave support for the burial of the people that were dead. Is that true?
That was true.
How much was your family given?
After the incident, we waited for like 4 hours. They called the governor then, the present Senate president.
Yes. Akpabio was the governor.
Then he came in person.
He came in person?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So when he came, he visited the incident in the church.
Yes.
He went by, he did not promise something that day. So on a Sunday, he came back on a Sunday when this man was released. General Akpan was released.
Akpan was kidnapped. For those who are not aware, Akpan was kidnapped on that day, January 31st, 2010. And in the course of kidnapping him, 2 women were killed, some persons were injured. I let also General Akpan security sustain injury. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Serious injuries.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, you said the former governor, now Senate President Gospel Akpabio, came on that day and then came back on a Sunday.
Yeah.
What did he say when he came back?
So it was on that Sunday that he promised 2.5 million for the burial.
Okay.
Of those my mother.
Yeah.
He gave the 2.5 million for the burial, but he promised that after the burial, the family will be taken care of.
Now, since then, has the family been taken care of in any way? Your family?
Nothing at all.
Now, your brother, because I was actually looking for him until we now have you here. How is his condition? I understand he's not been found. Where is he? Or how do you think we can get to him? Because we need him.
We are still looking for a way to bring him back.
Which state is he?
He was with us in Naked,
okay,
doing some petty trading job. Then after he finished, the money got finished. So he was unable to maintain. We too. Because when the incident happened, I was in Unical then. So I came back on Saturday.
You were a student?
Yes, sir.
You were a student?
Yes, sir. So I came back on Saturday to meet my mother. I did not even know that would be the last day. So when I came on a Saturday, I worshiped with her. We went to church together and we worshiped together on that Sunday. So my mind was on Monday, I'll go back to school because she was the one who sponsored me.
Oh no.
So when that thing happened, I dropped out.
Oh my God. How about your father?
My father died 1999. So my
This
mother,
is heartbreaking.
my mother was the breadwinner of
The
the
same
family.
thing that happened to Ime Sylvester. The mother was a civil servant and the provider for the family because the father had been ill. Even as we speak, just not too long ago, he was hospitalized and we know what we went through. What did you study in Unical?
Then I studied marine geology.
My God. Now, were you able to get back to finish your program?
After some years, when I dropped out, I stayed for like, if not 3 or 4 years. Then I changed the course, I changed everything.
Oh my God. So what did you do?
So
What course did you read finally?
finally, civil engineering, Federal Polytechnic, Nekede.
Interesting. You are listening to Hearing Open Forum on radio, Memories FM, and the things you hear, you can only hear them here. And this matter is part of a humanitarian intervention, and we are pushing these cases and other cases to His Excellency Pastor Governor Umo Basieno, who we have described as compassion personified. Some persons try to persecute, torment us. Why do you say that? I say so because the first thing he did when he came into office was to receive retired permanent secretaries who were in court looking for harmonization of pension. Old people struggled. Remember, some persons were even took into court for demanding for entitlement. But Pastor Moino did it effortlessly and he has paid entitlement of people. That alone makes us to say this is compassion personified. There are more cases to be handled, and this is just one of them. And I say it on radio, under God, this matter, we shall not rest until something is done. So you completed the program. You're now a graduate, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Your brother that is not found, did he go to school?
No, sir.
He was trading.
Yes, sir.
So what you will need will be employment. Do you have a job now?
No, sir.
No job.
I have nothing doing.
And your brother, his money finished. He could not trade again.
Yes,
Does he have a family?
The woman he intended as in to get married to
Yeah.
ran away after
The incident.
Yes, sir.
This is heartbreaking. Everything you hear tells you why there is so much agony in the land. Is there something you want to say? I want to speak to the governor. Just talk as if you are meeting His Excellency Pastor Moino now. This message we are going to pass to him. Make your appeal.
Well, I believe everybody is listening to us.
Yes, go ahead.
Even His Excellency. Please, sir, I need, if I can see a job that will compensate the family, because I'm the only graduate in that family.
Oh my God.
And my mother was eager to make me a graduate. Although he died, but God stood by us. God stood by me to see that my mother's dream came true.
You need a job.
Yes, sir.
And your brother needs capital to invest and get back his life.
Yes, sir.
And be able to get married. Do you have, how many siblings are you?
How
many of you have brothers and sisters?
We are 7 in numbers. We are 7 in
Imepo,
numbers.
take the last shot. You were here.
Yes, sir.
We have done the letters. And the letters had to be delayed because I needed to have his position.
Yes, sir.
Since we got him over the weekend, that letter was to leave to the governor today, this morning before I come to the program. The letter is even here. So I needed to hear certain things from you so that we can incorporate it. You've been here, you've spoken before. In 30 seconds, just strengthen whatever you've been saying.
I thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
And I thank Akwa Ibom people. We have nothing to do right now. That is why we are appealing to His Excellency. The promise already been made, but they did not fulfill the promise. For complete 15 years now, we try our best to make sure that government listening to us, but there is nobody to do it. I thank MKO for helping us. He has been, for complete 15 years, he has tried to make sure that we are back to our feet again.
Meanwhile, tell them you're a graduate, tell them because you read.
Yes.
Tell them that you are jobless.
I have nothing to do. I read chemical engineering, Federal University of Technology, Adamawa, Futi. Till today, no job,
This
nothing.
is heartbreaking, but this is the kind of thing that motivates us. That's why when you find certain persons who should use their positions to do good, trying to perpetrate evil, because to them, position, political appointment bestows automatic leadership prowess on you, and that comes with impunity. Like you've heard what impunity is. We know how to checkmate it. We will not allow anybody to mislead His Excellency. We will do whatever we can, and posterity will judge. These two people and others, the brother, we are going to spread our tentacles to see how we can link up with him. You people have lost contact with your brother.
Yes, sir.
But I hope you are praying that he is alive and in good health. Though condition may not be good enough, otherwise you wouldn't have lost contact with him. How many years ago did you lose contact with your brother, Emmanuel?
It's happened 2017.
Oh God, it's been a while.
When I was
But nothing to worry. God is able to do all things. That has been our conversation with the victims of the Ewok January 31st mayhem. You are seeing the children of the victims, and one of the victims himself, his brother was affected. He was there as well, and he saw horror. It looks like a dream to him. Thank you so very much. We want to establish contact with our guest, who is joining us virtually, Dr. Uwemedimo Eyokun. He had told me about his itinerary, and we just appeal that we can do even if it's 10 minutes, and some other time we will try to bring him on. So please, if perchance you are listening to us, Dr. Uwemedimo, I am trying to link up to you right now. We want to discuss on conservation issues, not the political, not the community issues. What really is Stop Creek, and how can we have the benefit, and what is that very reserve supposed to do? Is it a place that will be used to create wahala here and there? No. I want to try to establish contact. Please bear with us. I just hope it'll be there for us. So, yeah, let's just hope. It's not ringing yet. It's just, I hope he gets this on. Okay, let me put him on the direct line. I'm doing a video call. We had agreed to do a video call, but it's not on. Let me call him direct line and just tell him to get to video. Just a moment. So here on Open Forum, we are about people, issues, ideas, and solutions. And like we said, that wherever this flag is flown, we take care of our own. What we do here, we are doing it because we have experienced what it means to be blackmailed, what it means to be intimidated, and we've been able to rise above intimidation. If anybody feels he is a human god, you just match your match, because we are messengers. Dr. Uwemedimo Okun, please, let's have you join us. So what we do here is that we try as much as possible to bring the main issues to the table and help leaders. We try to help leaders and help citizens. If somebody says you don't have a voice. Hello, good morning, Dr. Uwemedimo.
Yes.
Thank you. You are live on radio, but I want us to do the video call like we had proposed. Is that possible? Just for the next...
Now, oh my God, I'm in a class.
Okay. Do we shift this discussion to next week?
Please, yes, now I will so appreciate it.
You are hearing Dr. Okun. His timing is so tight, and he has promised that next week he will be back to join us. So please pardon us that the schedule of today we cannot, but we'll continue. And we are going to talk about still Stop Creek matter right away. Thank you very much, Doctor. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'll be there.
All right, sir. All right. Yeah. Very focused. The kind of things we shared. I was shocked to hear his contributions to the development of society in his area of specialty. So we are going to hear that next week. The issues about the imperative conversation, conservation imperative, and the importance of the Stop Creek Forest Reserve. We are going to take one of the items that is very important. I had told us that or what do you call it? Arrest and arraignment of by Akwa Ibom State Police Command of Princess Gos Onudoito, who is a Stop Creek land rights activist, over alleged defamation and threat on Governor Umoino. And to do this, this morning, Open Forum this morning made a press release over the development. I won't be able to read everything, but I'm just going to give us a snippet, and if not anything, give you insight. What do we believe in Open Forum over the arrest and arraignment? The title of topic of our press release is Stop Creek Forest Reserve Man-Made Crisis. The arrest and arraignment of Princess Gos Onudoito, a Stop Creek Forest land rights activist, an avoidable own goal with domino effect. Open Forum is a not-for-profit, non-partisan, non-governmental organization dedicated to public policy advocacy and voice for the voiceless, vulnerable and just accelerators for the oppressed. Is worried about the arrest and charges leveled against Princess Gos Onudoito, a lands right activist from Esereke local government area in Akwa Ibom State. We recall that in September 2025, Princess Onudoito was summoned to appear before the Akwa Ibom State Traditional Rulers Council due to a video she posted on her Facebook page. In the video, she used fresh palm fronds, otherwise known as aye or akpan in her local language and dialect, and local gin, otherwise known as ufofop, to offer traditional incantations at her shrine in respect of issues of its ownership, reported illegal sales by government to private interests, and Governor Moino's role in the controversies. The summons delivered in President of AJ or Akpan to paramount ruler of Esereke, His Royal Majesty Edidem Ubong Peter Sam, for delivery to Princess Onudoito and a clan head of Esereke by a three-man emissary of Akwa Ibom State Traditional Rulers Council led by His Royal Majesty Edidem Clement Epenyong, paramount ruler of Ibezikwa Sultan local government areas. Others in the team were His Royal Majesty Akuku Jeje Obosi and His Royal Majesty Edidem Ita Iyokokun, paramount rulers of Oruanam and Okobo respectively. The public outrage that greeted the action, which was unfortunately posted on social media, must have led the TRC to tactfully jettisoning, pursuing its earlier decision. Reports have it that political actors also failed in their bid to tackle Princess Onudoito over the shrine video. Another dimension added to the episode when the highly revered paramount ruler vacate His Royal Majesty Edidem Isidiabia was reported in the media to have described the mission of the Akwa Ibom Traditional Rulers Council as illegal, unauthorized, and unknown to the TLC, unquote. He is quoted to have said, quote, "The paramount rulers that visited Esereke were not sent and do not represent the Akwa Ibom State Traditional Rulers Council. At no time has the TLC held any meeting to discuss Princess Gos Onudoito, nor schedule any summons for September 25, 2025. This has not been refuted by any group or individual." We may have to do a podcast on this, but it's available online. The summary that we have made is that we are appealing to His Excellency, Pastor Dr. Omo Basi Eno, to reconsider, because the police says that they received a petition having to do with the video that was made and the threat of using juju, which means it's the same video that the traditional rulers tried to act upon, which they later withdrew, which was even controversial the way it was managed. It was actually mismanaged. And we met some paramount rulers that were involved in that matter and shared our thought. Unfortunately, the police have arrested and charged her to court. I tried to make inquiries. I learned no prior invitation was given. I don't know how far that is true. And we also have not heard who petitioned. We've not seen the case number. So our appeal as Open Forum is that the position or the statement made by Princess Udoito are not different from the position of the paramount rulers of Eket, talking about Edidema Sam and Edidema Bia of Esreket and Eket respectively. They are not different from even a position paper presented by all the elders and paramount rulers to the Akwa Ibom Land Use Allocation Committee, which they accused even the committee and the government of involving in land racketeering. Written, we have assessed it. It's even online. It's not different from the position of Eket elders. So, the charge that the police or any petitioner may want to look at will be, oh, the style that Udoito talks is not polished enough. It's not doing well for us as a people. But to talk about the allegations, it is not different from what the paramount rulers, the clan heads, the leaders of thought have said, which invariably means that if Udoito is prosecuted, as she's been prosecuted, we may end up having to see the paramount rulers of Eket Nation, yes, being prosecuted. Already, the national president and secretary general of Eket People's Union, the umbrella body for Eket people worldwide, have been invited by the police in writing, because there's also a security report, according to police, serious security report that makes them look like, what do you call it, terrorists, as the governor had tried to warn on December 29, and that he promised was going to match them with the force of nature. And talking about force of nature, I was forced to look at something about force of nature. And this summary about force of nature, I said here in our press statement. Akwa Ibom State lacks institutions of conflict resolution. That is true. It's further exposed. We continue to plead with the Akwa Ibom State Elders Council to step in and mediate for all matters relating to Stop Creeks to be settled out of court. All matters. As policy beckons, the force of nature demands justice. Its invocation does not automatically allow someone to circumvent the law or act with impunity. It's time to jojo, not war. May our children not bequeath. May our generation not bequeath our children and unborn generations with the tradition of turning solutions into problems. This is our patriotic input. We want every matter concerning Stop Creek to be settled out of court. And we had suggested that His Excellency, Architect Obon Victor Ota, father of modern Akwa Ibom, God has blessed us with the man we all respect. He is available with some elders and with people that can be co-opted, not on the basis that, oh, I represent so and so organization, because a number of people running organizations are there just to have subhead to attend meetings and get quota and get slots. They may not have what it takes to sit where decisions are to be taken. I have seen a number of them, and it is pathetic. So I don't mince words. When you are looking for people who have capacity, you can see 3 people sit. Ibibios have never been like that. When there was a time that was close to that, our forebears rose up and they formed a Ibibio union that included Onang, Oro. That's why the Ibibio State College was built in Ikorekpene. That's why you were to send Anang, sons, other people for scholarship overseas until these political manipulations set in. So I want to appeal, Your Excellency, we've done letters before. We are doing it again. Posterity will judge us that we gave our all. Udoito has her weaknesses, but she's speaking the mind of even the paramount rulers of Eket. Her style may be crude. Yes. The way I was brought up, the kind of fight I've been fighting, but carry myself as if nothing is happening. Now. Why? Because I converted the energy I will have used to become a problem to society, converting it to constructive use. That's why we go through what we go through. Nobody knows. So please, you don't afraid we can't even through. That's why we find militants. That's why I find unrest. Because not everybody will go through what we go through and still make purposeful contribution. That is our appeal. We cannot fail to take the last bit before we open the phone line for maybe 1 or 2 calls talking about stock taking and agenda setting for an Akwa Ibom without oil, part 66. Recall that on 29th December, we hosted distinguished Professor Hilary Yang. And on this very microphone, this very studio, he said that he has sourced investors that are ready to invest as much as $8 billion in Ibom Deep Sea Port. The first time that it was said anywhere in the open. Any other place was private conversations and all that. And then $2.5 billion to invest in the science park, which is going to be bigger than whatever was proposed because it's going to have linkages to the 31 local government areas. And then the education roadmap, which he was the chairman, and I was a community affiliate, which was adopted but abandoned. He gave me the go-ahead to do a letter. We are not for profit. We don't do business. We did the letter just to link up a potential investor with the governor, maybe through other sources as well. I told us last week that we wouldn't be talking about, oh, we've sent a letter because action is being taken already. I told us last week, action has started. So what are we talking about? The following week, we now heard, that just last week, that an MOU has been signed between Akwa Ibom State government and the company known as Interraf. And as soon as that was done, alarm was raised. Like one of the papers, the newspaper, we have it here. We are streaming live. If you are online, you see it. It was very alarming. The caption is fraud. How Governor Moeno signs MOU on the Ibom Deep Sea Port with Interraf Group 2 weeks after registration with CAC. No trace of such projects handled by the company anywhere in the world. Blah, 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 and all of that. I don't want to go into that. Why am I saying this? Because the convention is there. And they wouldn't shy away from conversations. They have gone to the CAC to get background directors. Even a national newspaper carried something like that as well. And people are asking questions. It's not time to ask questions that are negative. It is to ask questions that will bring results. And what's that question? What is the terms of the MOU? With the terms of the MOU, be able to know that Akwa Ibom has something at stake. Otherwise, the still conversation continues. How time flies. You will pardon me that we can't go further. Next week, we'll try to give airtime. Let me take a picture from you, just 10 seconds. Come on, thank you very much. I open forum. It's open from the project to memory. Yes. Thank you for the first time. Yes. Amen.
Thank you, my brother.
Okay. Okay. We have with us grand producer, the wholesaler, and if you're okay, and we have somebody who is watching what we are doing, and someday somehow you will hear about him. It is also here. Wonderful time. My name is Matthew Kufio. You want to support this program? Number to call is 0802 757 7497.